owner of the Bonds Barbershop brands, Mike Taylor Education, the Great British Barbering Academy, and author of the Mike Taylor Education Resource Book. Been a barber for nearly 30 years and I love it. Been teaching barbering for 15 years. So I've been around the circuit for a long time. And I absolutely love barbering, I love the trade, I love educating. So I really hope you enjoy this theory lesson and get what you need out of it. But if you don't, I'm the sort of guy I'm always happy to help. So drop me an email at info@miketayloreducation.com if there's any questions you need answered or anything you need to ask me at all. Anyway, enjoy the lesson.
Hair science. The human body is covered in hair, except for on the palms of hands, soles of feet, lips, and eyelids. The hair can be split into three parts: the hair bulb, the hair root, and the hair shaft. The hair bulb. Each individual hair grows from its own hair follicle. The hair bulb sits at the base of each hair follicle and contains growing hair cells. These cells continually divide and push up, and as they reach the upper part of the hair bulb, the cells become the hair and the lining of the hair follicle. The shape of the hair follicle will determine the shape of the hair, whether it be straight, wavy, or curly. The hair root. The hair root is the part of hair that lays beneath the surface of the skin. The hair shaft. The hair shaft is the part of the hair that can be seen above the scalp. The hair is made up of a protein called keratin, which is the same material that makes fingernails and toenails. Hair structure. The hair is made up of three layers: the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. It's really easy to remember that this is similar to a pencil, where the cuticle would be the outer layer of the pencil, which is the paint. The cortex would be the wooden part of the pencil, the biggest part, and the medulla is similar to the lead that runs straight through the central part of the pencil. The cuticle is the outer layer of hair that we can feel. It provides a protective surface to the hair. It's made up of layers of overlapping cells similar to roof tiles or fish scales. You can have up to 12 layers of cuticles, and the cuticle is translucent. Good conditioned hair would have closed cuticles. This is the ideal situation. However, bad conditioned hair would have damaged or potentially missing cuticles. The cortex. This is the middle and largest layer of the hair. It contains all of the hair's natural colour pigment. It contains long rope-like fibres, and each thread contains spiral spring-like chains. These chains are held together by three types of bonds: hydrogen, salt, and disulfide. These chains determine the hair's strength and curl. The medulla. This is the central part of the hair. It's not always present in fine hair and doesn't play any useful part in hairdressing or barbering. Hair types. The shape of the follicle will determine the shape of each hair strand. Straight hair will grow perpendicular to the surface of the scalp, so in the opposite direction to the scalp. The follicle in straight hair would be round or slightly oval. Wavy hair grows at a slight angle to the surface of the scalp. The follicle in wavy hair would be oval. And curly hair. This grows at a further angle, almost parallel to the scalp. The follicle in curly hair would be flat and more oblong. Stages of hair growth. There are three main stages of hair growth: anagen, catagen, and telogen. To remember the stages of hair growth in the right order, it's really easy to remember the word ACT. A for anagen, C for catagen, T for telogen. Hair growth happens in a continual cycle. So you'll start with anagen, move to catagen, move on to telogen, and then re-begin a new anagen phase and continually go around this same cycle. The anagen stage is the active growing phase. It lasts from a few months to a few years. Hair grows on average ½ inch per month, and 80 to 90% of the scalp follicles are in the anagen phase at any one time. Everyone's anagen stage is slightly different from each other, so some would last slightly shorter, whereas some would last slightly longer. Catagen. This is the transitional or changing phase. It lasts about 2 weeks, and this is where the hair stops growing and the hair bulb separates from the papilla. Around 1% of scalp follicles are in the catagen phase at any one time. Telogen. The resting or tired phase. It lasts up to 4 months. This is where no growth occurs and the follicle completely separates from the papilla. When this stage is complete, growth of a new follicle will begin. If this stage doesn't come to an end, this is where baldness occurs. Approximately 13% of scalp follicles are in the telogen phase at any one time. Structure of skin. The skin is made up of 3 main layers. The epidermis. The epidermis is the upper layer of skin and the only layer visible to the eyes. It has 5 sublayers. The epidermis constantly sheds dead skin cells from the top layer, which are then replaced with healthy cells that grow in the lower layers. The dermis. The dermis lays beneath the epidermis and contains sweat and oil glands, hair follicles, connective tissue, nerve endings, and blood and lymph vessels. The subcutaneous layer. This layer lays beneath the dermis and is composed of an insulating layer of fat used to protect and keep the body warm. The hair follicle. This is the sac that contains the root of a single human hair. You can compare this to a vase that contains 1 flower inside it. So the vase is like your hair follicle, and the flower, the stem of the flower, is the hair that grows out of the hair follicle. The erector pili muscle is attached to the hair follicle and the epidermis. When it contracts, hair will stand on end. The sebaceous gland, a small gland which secretes sebum into the hair. Sweat gland. This is situated in the dermis. It's a small gland that secretes sweat. Nerve endings. Nerve endings are fine, branch-like termination points of the nerves. They send messages to the brain when you feel sensations such as pain, heat, or cold. Hair infections and infestations. During your consultation, you must establish if there are any contraindications present that may affect the service or prevent the service from being carried out. Folliculitis. Folliculitis is infectious. It's usually caused by a bacterial or a fungal infection. You will see redness around the hair follicle, and there may be small yellow pustules in the centre of the follicle around the hair. Recommend that your client seek medical advice. To help you remember this word, remember that folliculitis sounds like follicle, and folliculitis is an infection of the hair follicle. Impetigo. Impetigo is infectious. It's caused by a bacterial infection affecting the upper layers of skin. You will see small red spots which break to produce a thick yellowish crust. Recommend that your client seek medical attention. Herpes simplex. Herpes simplex is infectious. It's caused by a viral infection, and it sometimes follows exposure to extreme heat or cold. The symptoms are that the skin may tingle, itch, or burn before 1 or more fluid-filled blisters appear. Recommend that your client seek medical advice. Tinea capitis, which is the Latin word for ringworm. Ringworm is infectious. It's caused by a fungal infection which affects the skin. The symptoms are you will see circular to oval areas covered with scaly skin which may be red and inflamed, and pustules can sometimes be seen. You may also see tiny black dots where the hair has fallen out. Recommend your client seek medical advice. To help you remember the word tinea capitis, remember that tinea capitis sounds like tiny caterpillar. Pediculosis capitis, which is the Latin word for head lice. Head lice is infectious. It's an infestation of the head. The symptoms are you may see moving head lice or non-moving nits or eggs on the scalp. You would need to recommend that your client treat the infestation with an over-the-counter treatment that you can get in pharmacies. To help you remember the word, remember that the Latin word starts with pediculosis capitis, short for pedicure, which is a treatment on your feet, and head lice have feet. Scabies. Scabies is infectious. It's caused by an infestation with a parasite that's called the scabies mite. The symptoms are intense itching and a rash. The rash consists of tiny red spots which may scab if scratched. The itchiness will often get worse at night when the skin is warmer. You must recommend your client to seek medical advice. Pityriasis capitis, which is the Latin word for dandruff. It's not infectious and it's caused by a physical or chemical irritation or fungal infection. The scalp will be itchy and flaky, and you can also see patches sometimes of red, scaly skin. You can continue with the service and recommend that your client use an over-the-counter anti-dandruff shampoo or seek medical advice if there is no response to self-care measures. To help you remember the Latin word, pityriasis capitis, remember that pityriasis starts with pity, and it's a pity for anyone who has dandruff. Seborrhea. Seborrhea is not infectious. It's caused by excessive secretion of sebum from the sebaceous glands. The affected area can feel unpleasant and seem to get dirty quickly. The face and scalp may appear shiny and greasy. You can recommend specialist shampoos or milder, more quality products. Psoriasis. Psoriasis is not infectious. The cause is skin cells being replaced at a faster rate than normal. The symptoms are red patches of skin covered by thick silvery white scales. In extreme cases, it can also cause temporary hair loss. You can advise that there are shampoos you can buy designed to slow the production of skin cells and give some relief to the discomfort. You should recommend extreme cases seek medical advice. Sebaceous cyst. Sebaceous cysts aren't infectious. They're caused when the sebaceous gland becomes blocked with sebum. You will see small lumps and bumps under the skin that are soft to touch. They will usually disappear on their own, or you can advise your client to seek medical attention, as in extreme situations they can be removed. Fragilitis cranium, or split ends. They aren't infectious, and the cause is harsh physical or chemical treatments, overheating, including hairdryers and straighteners, weather and chlorine. You will see dry, splitting hair ends, and the hair may sometimes be coarse and rough. You should advise a good haircut and conditioning treatments. To help you remember this word, remember that fragilitis sounds like fragile, and you would need to be fragile on split ends. Trichorexis nodosa is not infectious. It's caused by a defect in the hair shaft characterised by thickening or weak points or nodes that cause the hair to break off easily. These conditions are related to environmental causes such as excessive chemical exposure, harsh brushing or blow drying. You will see lack of hair growth or patchy hair which may break easily close to the scalp. Hair may have thickening or nodes, and the ends may be whitish, split and break easily. Advise your client to avoid chemicals and straightening. Gentle brushing with a soft brush and a good conditioner. Androgenic alopecia, more commonly known as male pattern baldness, is not infectious. It is thought to be caused by hormones and genetics, although there is no known cause. The symptoms are hair loss beginning at the temples or crown of the head. You can recommend to your clients hair products such as Regain or Rogaine, but in this situation, prevention is certainly better than cure, and these products would need to be started before the baldness has started. In extreme situations, you can now recommend hair transplants. These are the 4 other types of common alopecia that you may see. Alopecia areata, or areas of baldness, typically caused by patches of baldness, but can also cause complete baldness. You would need to refer this to a trichologist. Traction alopecia. This is caused by excessive pulling at the roots. This can be caused by brushing, straightening, plaiting, or braiding. And again, you would need to refer to a trichologist. Alopecia totalis, or total complete hair loss, which can occasionally be initially caused by alopecia areata. You would need to refer to a trichologist. Clattrical alopecia is balding due to scarring of the skin caused by physical or chemical injury. You would refer to a trichologist.